Hey everyone, here are 10 movie franchises you should watch. Number 10, Fast and Furious. I'm sure a lot of us have heard of Fast and Furious. I'm sure anybody that's watching this video now would have seen at least one of the Fast and Furious movies. And that's a testament to show how good the franchise is. Although the latter movies from the franchise have been a bit outrageous and ridiculous, it's still a very, very entertaining franchise and it's always entertaining. The series blends multiple genres into their storytelling. Genres like thrillers, action, and heist into their storytelling that makes the storytelling of the show very, very innovative and so interesting. And the action sequences, well, some of the best action sequences, even though they're starting to get outrageous and ridiculous, the action sequences are still very, very entertaining. And I'm sure if you've not seen any of the Fast and Furious movies and you watch any one of it, you are going to enjoy it. Number 9, Three Flavors Cornetto. Of all the films on this list, I'm sure this one will be the one that will be less familiar to audiences. And even though it is not familiar to audiences, it is by no means the least on this list. This franchise features three different movies: Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. And all these movies are different movies. They are all different movies. They have different storylines. The only thing that is similar between all of them is the main characters or the main actors. And that is something that makes the show so good. Because you see these two recurring actors in these three movies and they give fantastic performances. Their chemistry together is amazing. It heightens the greatness of these shows. And the fact that they are not the same stories. One of them is about zombies, one of them is a body cop story, and the other one is just sci-fi. And the fact that they are all different stories in this franchise is something that makes it so good. And these movies are very, very funny. The director added a lot of comedy and wit to it and made it so interesting and exciting to watch. If you watch it, you will laugh and you will be excited by it, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. Number 8, Ocean's 11. This one features three movies and one spin-off, and all of them are ice stories. If you're someone like me, I'm sure you like ice stories, and this one is one of the best ice films that I've ever seen. The ice are intricately planned, and the way it is executed are so good. And the fact that they go on different ice in all the old movies, and they also capture the essence of the series is something that I really appreciated. And this ensemble cast is another thing that heightens the greatness of this series. All the actors bring their A game and just add so much depth to this story and made it a fantastic story. If you're a fan of ice movies or action movies, watch this one. You will love it. Number 7, James Bond. Of all the franchises on this list, this one is the one that has been the longest running to the best of my knowledge because they've been making James Bond movies before I was even born. Until now, they are still making them. And that just goes to show the relevance and the timelessness of the franchise. And the fact that this main character, this James Bond character, is a very, very iconic character. He's a very, very charismatic, witty, charming, dangerous person. Makes this film and this franchise a very, very exciting franchise. And the espionage of it all is something that makes it a very, very timeless series. And if you're a fan of espionage and you have not seen James Bond, are you really a fan of espionage? So go check this one out. I am sure you love it. Any of the movies from the franchise, just pick one. I am sure you're going to enjoy it. Number 6, Harry Potter. Expectro Patronum. I'm sure a lot of people would have seen Harry Potter, if not all of the franchise, but you would have seen at least one movie from the franchise. And man, it's a story of magic and adventure and courage and friendship and a lot of things. And it's just a very, very well told story. The world of it is a very, very compelling and very, very complex world. And the story and the characters and everything that comes together to work with it works brilliantly. The magic, the adventure, the themes of courage, friendship, and loyalty, all those things just elevate this movie to a greater level and it makes it a very, very enduring story. If you've not seen any of the Harry Potter franchise, just pick one. Just pick any one. I am sure you're going to love it. And if you're a fan of magic, you'll enjoy it even much more. Check out Harry Potter if you've not seen it. Number 5, Planet of the Apes. This is another franchise that has been existing way before I was even born. Until today, it is still entertaining audience all over the world. The story of apes evolving to be like humans is a very, very entertaining and thought-provoking story. And the way the stories are told in a very, very compelling way that makes you very interested in the story. The series explores complex themes like societal hierarchy, ethics, morality, and the consequences of scientific experimentations. And the VFX of it and that thing that just elevates the story to a much greater level. Number 4, Mission Impossible. Even if you've never heard of Mission Impossible or you've never ever seen any of the movies, you will surely have heard this sound before. Da da da, da da da, da da da, da da da. Like that sound is so iconic. It's a testament to how great and how revered the series is. One of the things that makes Mission Impossible so good and so endearing and so beloved is the dedication of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise's commitment to this show is incredible. He does the stunts, he's part of the producers, he even adds to the direction of it. And man, having that dedication and that passion put into one project It's something that makes this series so beloved. And not just the fact that Tom Cruise adds a lot to it, but the stunts around it, the storytelling, the action sequences, the characters, everything in this show just comes together brilliantly. And you can just pick any of the Mission Impossible franchises, and I'm sure you're going to have a great time while watching it. Number three, The Dark Knight. Batman is another character that's been existing way before I was born and has been played by so many different actors before I was born. But this Dark Knight series is a story of Batman as well. It's one of those stories that was like the best of the best. It's a very, very grounded and realistic story and makes it much more relatable because it seems like something that can happen in our modern world. And that's something I really liked about it. And not just that, the characters are very, very complex, well developed characters. Characters like Batman himself, characters like Joker, characters like Bane. All those characters are very, very compelling, interesting, well developed characters, and it just makes this series a very, very interesting series. And it's a superhero film. And if you watch superhero films without action sequences, it's really a superhero film. And this film delivers on that front. Man, a lot of things work so, so well with this franchise. And honestly, this is one of my favorite Batman franchises I've ever seen. Number two, Avengers. I can't make this list without putting this series on it. Avengers is a global hit that a lot of people all over the world really, really love and admire. And the story of it is a story that is very, very complex and interesting. Imagine heroes from different movies that we've seen already coming together to form a unit. Is something that I don't know about you. I'm even sure about yourself. I'm sure you love something like that. Like I'm sure we all love crossovers, and the fact that we get heroes from different stories coming together to form a team and form one story is just best of both worlds or best of all the worlds, and it's something that just makes this series a very, very interesting series. And the fact that the characters are very, very different characters, they have different personalities, different superpowers, different character arcs, something that makes the story compelling and the whole overall series a very, very entertaining series to watch. And the development of all these characters is another thing that adds so much intrigue and enjoyment to the story. I mean, where all these characters start from in the first movie, in their first movies, and when they end up at the end of the whole franchise, is something that is so, so enjoying to watch. Like, that is character development. You see this guy go from something to become something else. Like, not something else in a bad way, but something else in a much more admirable way. And that's something that just leads and adds so much greatness to this series. I'm sure everybody that is watching this video would have seen at least one Avenger movie or one of those movies that is related to this movie, and I'm sure you enjoyed it. You can't lie to me that you didn't enjoy it. Come on, you know you enjoyed it. Number one, John Wick. They call him the boogeyman or the one that you send to kill the boogeyman. This franchise is a very, very entertaining franchise. A lot of martial arts, gung fu, car chases, almost different things, different kinds of action sequences that are explored in this series that makes it so, so good. And not just the action sequences and the fighting and all that. The storytelling of it is also a very, very interesting story. The world itself is a very, very intriguing world, a world that you want to see more of, that is very, very fascinating and enthralling to behold. And man, it's something that makes me appreciate this show so much. And just like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, Keanu Reeves is the art of this film. Keanu Reeves is John Wick. I can't see Keanu Reeves without thinking of John Wick. And the way he embodies the character and the commitment he has to this character is something that makes me appreciate this story and the character so, so much. He has become an iconic character, and Keanu Reeves has a very, very big part to play in making that happen. And the other characters you come across in this series are very, very colorful, interesting characters that just add so much to this world of assassins, violence, killings, everything is just so entertaining and so interesting to watch. I'm sure if you've seen John Wick, you agree with me that is one fantastic show. And even if you've not seen John Wick, I'm sure you have heard something or seen something about John Wick that makes you know that yeah, this series is now a mad series. So those are 10 movie franchises you should watch. What other movie franchises do you think should have been on this list? Comment below and let me know. If you watch this video up until now, like, share, follow, subscribe to my channel for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.